Let's take a moment here and think about what the San Francisco 49ers actually like to do. They like to come out with the fullback. They like to use the blocking tight end. That's why Luke Farrell just got paid a ton of money. Guys like Kyle Juszczyk at fullback and Luke Farrell at blocking tight end are going to play a ton of snaps, but they're not going to get the ball a lot. That is great for fantasy football. It highly consolidates the snaps and targets among the running back, the tight end, and the top two wide receivers in the team. We don't need to worry as much about the third wide receiver. That's a part-time role in this scheme. That creates a bit of an issue this year because they have Jauan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, and Brandon Ayuk coming back at some point. Here's how I think it's going to shake out. Last year, Jauan Jennings was the guy who, from start to finish, whenever Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk were out, this guy was playing 94, 95% of the snaps. He's a veteran on the team. Kyle Shanahan has referred to him as the wide receiver one this offseason with Brandon Ayuk being banged up. So I think Jauan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall are going to start off in those roles, and they're going to ease Brandon Ayuk in. And either Brandon Ayuk is going to stay kind of in a part-time role, or he's going to take over that role from the younger, less experienced Ricky Pearsall, and Pearsall will end up being the part-time guy. But the guy who's most safe in these situations is Jauan Jennings. This is a guy that's come out and had monster games when filling in for Debo, when filling in for Brandon Ayuk. Now he gets the role to himself. So for me, I love George Kittle as his ADP. I love Christian McCaffrey. But when you get to that point where you got to make a decision between Jauan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, the guy that I'm going for is Jauan Jennings. This guy could come out and have a wide receiver one type season from his ADP, going deeper in drafts where you can draft him as your wide receiver three, four, five, depending on where he goes. That's an absolute steal pick. We look at picks like that in our dynamic tier wide receiver rankings in the Fantasy Alarm Draft Guide. So get your copy of that now so you can see exactly when we go to pull the trigger on guys like that.